New Orleans is one of my favorite cities I've ever visited. Bourbon Street, you can't really explain it, you just have to go and experience it. First time I ever went was over Christmas break with my family. We had a timeshare and I was there for about like 5 days. But this story I'm about to tell takes place on the very last night. We weren't even supposed to be there. We extended our trip for one more night and we decided to get some ice cream. It was absolutely insane. It was probably as big as both of our faces, with all these insane toppings like gummy bears, chocolate fudge, brownies, cookies. It was insane. Definitely diabetes in the cup. And to no one's surprise, we absolutely killed it. And then went back to the hotel room and took a sugar-induced coma nap. I woke up around 9 and still with the movie on. So I opened up my phone and just started checking my social media accounts and opened up my dating apps just to see if I got any matches. So I started swiping just because, and then boom, I matched with this cute girl with locks. So I hit her up with a little, what's up? And she responds, and the vibe is there pretty much immediately. We're going back and forth. Then she hits me with the how tall are you message. And I'm like, dang, she's one of those. So in my mind, it's already chalked. So I decided to have some fun with it. I was like, tall enough. And she was like, for what? And then I'm sitting there like, I typed it out. I was like, you know what? Whatever, send it. And I was like, to take you down. Now listen, I don't normally take shots like that. This is a half-court game on the line type of shot. But somehow, it goes in. And she matches the energy. Now I'm sitting there like, oh, word? Say less. Now she's not from NOLA either. She's in town for work. So right now she's at the casino and she texts me like, pull up. So I fix my hair, I shower, spray some cologne, and I'm out the door in 15 minutes. Now, luckily, the casino is not very far away. It's actually walking distance, very, very close. I get to the casino, walking past all these loud slot machines and people either winning a bunch of money or losing a bunch of money. And then I find a big sports bar area with a massive TV. And there she is. Jean shorts, crop top hoodie, slightly unzipped, looking good for her. I greet her, she stands up and hugs me. And yeah, she's taller than me. She's probably about like 5'9", 5'10", but I never really cared about height, so that is something that doesn't really stop me. She's already sipping some drink already. It's this real colorful, real fruity type drink and playing virtual slots. So I slide into the chair next to her and we start having a real good conversation. We just start talking and just going back and forth as if we knew each other for a very long time, which is a good sign. At one point she says that this is her second drink and that I gotta catch up. And I'm like, catch up? Look, I've been here for like 4 or 5 days on a binge. If anything, you gotta catch up. She said she could outdrink me. I'm like, alright, say less. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not about to pressure someone to drink like that. So I'm just playing along. So we're vibing, having a good time, having a little chit chat. And she tells me that she hasn't been to Bourbon Street yet, despite being here for a few days. And I'm like, there's no way. She goes, because she's been working all the time. Now I'm like, you can't be in NOLA without experiencing Bourbon Street. So I'm like, we gotta go. So we pay our tab and we head out. So we hit Bourbon Street and the place is alive. Lights flashing, music's blasting, people walking all around with these giant hand grenades, the usual chaos. And I go, welcome to Bourbon Street. She gets all excited and all happy and she grabs my arm and we go walking down the street. I asked if she's ever had a hand grenade before, and she said she hasn't. So I'm like, alright, bet we gotta get one. So we go straight to this place called Tropical Isle. And here's a little quick hand grenade lesson. There's frozen, and then there's unfrozen. If you want to get the most bang for your buck, I would suggest the frozen one. It's more concentrated. When it melts, it's just more of a oomph. Definitely get the frozen one. We grab our drinks, and we start bar hopping, looking for the right vibe. After a while, we end up in the famous door because they got this live band playing this good music. So we go in and she heads to the bathroom. She tells me to order us some drinks. I'm like, alright, bet. So I get us 2 hurricanes. She comes out dancing towards me like it's a music video. She grabs a drink, takes a little sip, and we start dancing. She's taller, so she has to do a little extra to, line everything up. Eventually I take a seat. And she keeps dancing, if you know what I mean. So at this point, we're really feeling each other, like PG-13, but dangerously close to rated R. So we decided that we need a little bit more privacy. So we dip out, and head back to my hotel room. And this is where the night unfortunately goes downhill exponentially fast. Me and my cousin share a room, so I'm texting like, yo, bro, I got this girl with me. I'm about to bring her to the room. He goes, to bring her up here. He's worried that she's a random, so she might steal his stuff. And I'm like, man, we'll be in the living room. You won't even see her. He's not having it. He's like, don't bring her up here. I'm like, dang. We were already at the hotel building, so we just hang out in the hotel garden area for a little bit. It's late, and now I'm starting to see how lit she actually is. She's very touchy, slurring her words, saying all kinds of wild stuff. The delayed drinks, they hit different. So I look at her and I'm like, are you good? And she hits me with that classic straighten up posture, all getting herself together. And she goes, yeah, I'm fine. And then she's like, let's get a room. I'm like, it's midnight, so I'm thinking places might not even take us in. She's like, let's try anyway. So we do find a place for like $80. I didn't drive to NOLA, so we had to take an Uber, so we call an Uber. And while we're waiting, she keeps talking crazy. So I'm like, all right, keep that same energy. Uber pulls up, we get in. I'm in the middle seat and she's by the window. Halfway there, she starts twitching. And I'm like, you good? She's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, that's cap. I roll down her window and she leans out and unleashes everything. Driver slams his brakes and she opens the actual door and she continues. I'm sitting there like, dang, this is chalked. Luckily, nothing gets in the actual car itself. She leans back in with her eyes closed, mumbling apologies, saying she's sorry. And then she sleeps the rest of the way there. We reach the hotel and I walk her in and she sits in one of the hotel lobby chairs and knocks out immediately. So I walk up to the front desk and she goes, you can't check in. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? She says, it's past the allowed time, so there's no check-ins or whatever. And I'm like, the website literally says there's that late check-in fee, so all I gotta do is just pay that late fee and it's fine. And plus it's 12:15, so it's not even that much later. It's only 15 minutes past. She's like, no, you can't do it. I'm like, just let us pay the fee. The room's already paid for. She says it's 2-hour discretion. You'll have to come back another time and check in. So I call the booking agency. The rep sees the same thing I'm seeing on the website and then calls the lady herself. They have like a minute conversation and she bangs on her. So the rep gives me a call back and she's like, yeah, the lady hung up on me, so I'm gonna just give you the refund and I apologize for any inconveniences. I'm like, alright, cool. Meanwhile, this girl is still passed out in the lobby chair. At this point, I'm like, okay, my mission is to get her home safely. So I got her some water, called her an Uber, and then the front desk lady goes, if you're not gonna check in, you can't stay here. I turn around, I'm like, bruh, we just ordered Ubers, we're just waiting here. So 20 minutes passed, and the Uber finally comes. I help her in, and tell her to let me know when she gets back home. Then she goes off. Before my Uber comes, before I leave, I look back at the front lady, and I say, you know what, you have a wonderful rest of your night. And she makes a face like I just insulted her ancestors. And I walk out. And that's the story of my last night in NOLA. If you made it this far, I deeply appreciate you watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like and comment to let me know if you enjoy this type of content from me and enjoy this type of storytelling. I could do a lot more in the future. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, peace.